Hello, it's Dr. Rowe. I hope you're well. I'm here to talk to you about the subject of money. Actually, the question that's come in is how to handle money. Now, before I say anything else, I will say that I'm not your financial advisor. You do need to go and seek independent financial advice, and this is not intended to be advice. This is just simply information about an approach to money that I use, and when I'm working with people, I at least give them some idea of how they can do this and integrate this into their personal lives, their business lives, their financial lives. For anyone that knows me, I've been around business now for over 20 something years, and in fact I've been in front of hundreds of thousands of people talking on the subject of property investment, wealth development, and also teaching people some basic systems on how to manage their finances. And I myself obviously have built my own property business and my own businesses. So really the subject here is tackling the fundamentals of our relationship with money, because in order to handle money, whether it's handling the money coming into your household, whether it's to do with you earning a salary, how do you handle that? How do you handle money when it comes to go spending it, buying things, investing? Does it just come in and just disappear? Does it just come in and disappear? Have you always had bad relationships with money? Have you had good relationships and really crappy relationships at certain times? I don't know. So money shows up in lots of different ways, whether it's on a personal front when it comes to spending on something emotional, or more on a logical basis when it comes to investing in our businesses or in ourselves. Right, so this is the money triad, okay? This is the money triad, okay? It's designed like this to create a strength. The foundations is very, very strong here. There's three elements. They all work in harmony. If one of these parts of the triad is not functioning or is out of balance, it will affect the rest of the system. So as you're watching this right now and you're thinking about your finances, think about what happens when it doesn't go very well. Think about the experience that you have, the stress that it brings with it, and then the set of negative beliefs that it leads to as you move forward into the future. And by the way, most of your beliefs that you have today around money will come from a set of experiences that go way back to when you were young, possibly even observing your parents. So, first one, intention. There are three components: intention, beliefs, and over here, systems. So let's talk about intention first. In order for you to handle money and to be able to attract money into your life in abundance, and that's the important word here, abundance, number one is you've got to have a really pure purpose. Are you just making money for the sake of making money? Are you greedy by nature? Do you want to prove yourself? Is it that I have to show to everybody that if I've got enough money, then I'm going to appear successful, I'm going to have all the bling, I'm going to have all the cars, the houses and everything else? What is your purpose? If you can give money a purpose, in other words, a place for it to go to, it could be to look after your kids, it could be to feed your family, it could be to put a roof over your head, it could be to give to charity, it could be to build something that's amazing that gives value to other people, and of course, yes, to treat yourself to things as well. If money has a purpose, my experience has been that it tends to flow. Where you get a block is when you're just making money for the sake of making money. And it seems to, universally, maybe it's the law of attraction, it seems to get to a point where people that I know that don't have a strong sense of purpose around what they're doing, they will earn a certain amount, but after that it just seems to dry up, or it just stops, or it hits a plateau. In other words, they earn like that and then it levels off. Hopefully that's making sense. So be mindful of that. And these are just considerations for now. So purpose. Why are you doing it? What's the long-term vision? Yes, you're earning a salary or building a business, but ultimately where do you want that money to go, and how do you want it to serve the universe and the world on a better level? Good questions, by the way. Attached to that are the values. What values do you have? Do you have values of integrity? Do you have values of honesty? Do you have values associated with your business that provide great service to other people? So part of this big picture of attracting money has to have a strong purpose with a really good quality set of values behind it. Because when you're out in business, for example, if you just want to make money and charge lots of money, but don't give good value to your customers, or the service that you provide isn't maybe as best as it should be or it could be, then that may be misaligned with your intention, which means it'll create a block to how you attract money into your life. And of course, if it's coming in the wrong way, you're not going to be able to handle it. So, my phrase here when I'm talking about handling, I'm not just about physically handling. It's how you handle money as a concept, as a real material thing in your lives. That's number one, intention. Number two are your beliefs. So once you've got a clear, pure and strong intention, now you've got to attract it into your life. So you've got to have beliefs about two things. Number one, your beliefs about money. What do you believe about money? Is money the root of all evil, which is one of the quotes that we hear? Do you hear that money doesn't grow on trees? Anyone heard that one? I got, yeah, but you don't understand, money doesn't grow on trees. We're not like everybody else. And that was a family thing. Sometimes it was said from another member of within my family. It could have been an immediate family, but somebody within the family circle, or it could be a teacher, or you're never going to earn a lot of money because you're not capable of doing that. A friend of mine was told, really, you should be thinking about going into a factory and just stacking things. You shouldn't really be doing anything else. You're not going to earn a lot of money. Imagine being told that. You start to create a set of beliefs around money. If you saw fights with your parents when you were younger, yeah, but what about this? How come you spent all this money? I know, but I spent it because I thought it was... And you see big arguments going on. If you witness your parents losing money on something, if you happen to see your parents start a business, but then it collapses and it costs a lot of money and puts financial strain on the family, you will create a set of negative beliefs attached to money. And the problem with that is you can go out with pure intention to do something good, but if you have in your foundations a weak set of beliefs about money and you're trying to stand strong, but those beliefs are weak, as you start to build a big business, you'll start to crumble. And I know I'm making light of it in a way by using visuals, but actually this is singularly one of the biggest challenges that people have. I meet a lot of people with really good intentions. Dr. O, want to make money, want to do it for a good cause, but I keep losing money or my businesses keep failing. What's going on? It's because somewhere in there, an ego has jumped in. It's wrestling with their beliefs. And not only that, their beliefs are fundamentally flawed because for some reason, some past experience, visually they saw it, experientially they witnessed it, or they maybe experienced it within a situation, that put them off. And it made them feel pain towards money. And of course, if you have painful beliefs attached to money, i.e. money is bad when I get more of it, you'll get to a certain point and you'll self-destruct. And where I've seen people do the self-destruct mechanism, they go up like this, get to a certain point doing quite well, and then they self-sabotage, and they go back to there. And that's because they have a belief. And in other words, there, and this is the other beliefs we have to work on, is you and money, my relationship with money. How come it is that whenever I make money, I lose money? Or why is it that whenever I've had an opportunity, I've never seen it through? Or why is it when there's an opportunity out there to make more money, for some reason it doesn't come to me? So it's not just your relationship or your beliefs about money, but it's also your beliefs about you and money. I'm not a good money manager. I'm not good at attracting money to. Nobody wants to give me money. I'm not very good at generating more salary. I don't think I can build a business that's going to make me a lot of money. And so you tend to find that people that don't develop a lot of cash or don't have the ability to do it, even though they have the intention to do it, it's not that they can't do it, it's because they have self-sabotaging beliefs that stop them. Every time they get to a certain point, it brings them back down again. So that's the other end. So start to consider that, because you're going to need to build a new set of powerful beliefs, and that's a video for another time. And then finally, systems. Now, let's say you've got the intention, great. You've got a strong set of beliefs, excellent. You start to go out there and generate more cash, business. Maybe you come up with creative ideas, you write a book, you create a product, you go work hard, really skill, get educated, go to the top of your profession. What are your systems? And the two things are this: what's your system for attracting more money? Because now you've got the intention, you've got the beliefs, but what's your system for attracting more money? Meaning, are you going to go out and work really hard, become highly educated, and your system is just to have a very highly paid job, and that's how you're going to attract money? That's your system for doing that. Is it that actually I'm going to do my job, but I'm also going to have multiple sources of other income? I'm going to trade the stock market. I might have another system of investing in property. I might have another system where I've written something and I get a royalty on that. So now I've got multiple sources of income coming in. So my systems for attracting money are multitude. And actually, from my experience, that's one of the most powerful ways. So you're not just relying on all your eggs in one basket. You have multiple sources of cash coming in. That's your attraction system. But then, of course, how do you manage that money? What do you mean by that? Surely I just get it and spend it. Well, not quite as simple as that. So as the money comes in, What's your system for allocating it? What percentage do you allocate to looking after the household? What percentage do you allocate to going to charity? What percentage do you allocate to paying off debt, for example? And if you don't have a money management system, then most of the time, most people get the money coming in, the intention's there. The beliefs are that they can generate more money, great. But what they haven't done is they haven't created a belief that they can manage that well. So I meet people that are making, say, 200 grand a year, but spending 210,000 a year. Businesses can make $1 million, 2 million, 3 million, and I've personally observed this looking into working with businesses where this happens. And it's the same thing with a property business, for example. I learned in the early years that you've got so much rent coming in, you've got to make sure that your outgoing costs don't exceed your rent, otherwise you're not cash flowing. I was just recently in Australia, and interestingly enough, a lot of people were negatively cash flowing because the money coming in was actually less than the money going out. So they had negatively cash flowing properties. That is not a good system of managing money. So the same thing applies in your household. How are you going to manage it there? How are you going to manage it in your business? And in fact, if you can get all this right, it's really important to keep that money, which is why the management system is so important. Okay, hopefully that's useful. How do you handle money? 3 key elements: intention, beliefs, and having the right systems in place. Dr. Rowe, signing out.